What is up, everybody? Welcome to another video where I'm reviewing my subscribers' platinum trophy lists. Of course, if you want your list reviewed, drop it down in the comments or join the Discord. It's the pinned comment or it's in the description as well. Every single week without fail, whether it's a live stream or video, I will be reviewing my subscribers' platinum trophy lists, and we've got a very good one today. We've got a long-term fan of the channel, Vigilant Crow, so I'm excited to jump into their list today. And yeah, let's get straight into the reviewing. Okay, so we've got Vigilant Crow today, also known as Crow in the live chat, as I like to call them. They're from the Oh Fantastic Canada. We've got Play, Fail, Learn, Improve, and Plat. I think that's a very good catch line. I do actually like that. I will apologize at the start of the video. My voice sounds a little bit funny. I'm just overcoming a bit of an illness, but I need to get out some content, so I don't normally sound like this, as if this is the first time you're watching me. Of course, there's plenty of other videos on the channel to do with platinum reviews, so I'd urge you to check them out as well, and maybe subscribe and like. Maybe that's cool. But Crow is a level 477. Over 8k trophies in total and 167 platinums, which is what we're interested in today. And oh my word, they've almost got a 100% completion rate. I feel very bad because at the time of reviewing this, they don't know that I'm doing this. So that could actually be 100%. But yeah, that is impressive. 183 games played and 181 completed with a 99.39 completion rate. That is insane already. Right, so first up, we've got a bunch of games that I'm not actually too familiar with, which I'm actually grateful for because it's nice to see games that we don't always see on the channel, right? So we've got Absolver, and I've got no idea what that is, but it's a 7 out of 10. It takes 60 hours and it's a 0.10% rarity. Just for reference, everybody, the rarities that you're seeing in this column, they are directly from PlayStation. They're not the PlayStation profiles rarity. I like to, see things from the source of the truth. It's always worth explaining in every video. So that is like what it is, what it shows up on your actual PlayStation console. Of course, that could be a little bit higher within the PlayStation profiles community, but 0.10% rarity, like honestly, I have no idea what that is, but absolutely fair enough. Something slightly easier then, we've got Aerial Knights Never Yield. We've got a 2 hours and a 3 out of 10 there for the completion rate. If I had to guess what that would be, is it like a tower defense game? Again, not too sure what that one is. Okay, so a game that I do actually recognize here then is AEW Fight Forever. I say recognize that loosely. I just know that it's a wrestling game. I think it's like the equivalent of WWE. 3 out of 10, 35 hours, but a 0.20% rarity. If you're into your fighting games, that looks like a pretty good entry level to get there. So really good stuff, respect on that. I know that sports games can be quite annoying. Sometimes they've got online trophies, things like that. Alien Isolation, wow, this is a fantastic game. I didn't realize that this actually came out on the PlayStation 3, so it spans all the way back to the PlayStation 3 era, which is super cool. But yeah, we've got a 4 out of 10 here, 25 hours and a 0.90%. Again, this difficulty can fluctuate whether you decide to cheese the one-shot trophy, which is completing the game without dying. You can like reload a save, or you can just obviously do it in one shot. You can do it on easy, or you could do it on hard. So again, that could be a 4 out of 10, or it could be a 10 out of 10 if you wanted to make that really difficult to do. I know some people do love a challenge, but yeah, Alien Isolation, fantastic game. If you've somehow bizarrely not played it or seen it within the community, it's quite a big one that a lot of trophy hunters have. An even bigger one though, Aliens Fireteam Elite. 0.40%, 9 out of 10 difficulty, and 100 hours. I remember it's probably got to be maybe at the start of the year now, so like a good 6 months. I remember with Platinum Opus and Bomb Chop, we said we were going to work together, sort of like get out a collaborative video all on our channels, and we set on like Alien Fireteam Elite because that was just a game that could host 3 players, and things with schedules, things like that. Unfortunately it didn't work in the end, but I'm kind of glad because 100 hours is just the biggest time sink ever. And while the game was fun, I could see how it could get repetitive very quickly. And of course, you do need to have a good amount of skill as well. So yeah, fair play for getting the Aliens Fireteam Platinum. I think that's, in all honesty, probably the most impressive one so far on the list. Granted, we're only at A, I'm sure it will get a lot better. But yeah, awesome stuff there. The Amnesia collection as well. Again, I've not played this one. I've played Amnesia the Bunker, but it's a horror game. Again, 3 out of 10, 16 hours. Not too bad, 0.50%. Good stuff there. We've got Atari's Flashback Classics Volume 1 and also 2. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 8 out of 10 and 10 out of 10? Whoa. Whoa, chill out, dude. Okay, this has now just become the most decorated platinum on the list. That's insane. I can't say I'm very good at arcade games. I've got a platinum in like a Pac-Man game. I sucked at it, and I think that was a 2 or 3 out of 10. And these classic volumes have a lot of games in, which is absolutely insane. I think if you're obviously good at them, then you're good at them. So maybe they're not as hard as they are. I'm not too sure. Like a 10 out of 10 but takes 20 hours. It seems like there might be some like wiggle room for it. I don't know. I'm not trying to take away from that by any means necessary, but that is impressive. We've got Back for Blood up next. Again, 100 hours there, 9 out of 10, 0.30%. I've got this platinum. It's not a 9 out of 10 if you do it with friends that are like good at the game, especially now in 2025 where you've got like everything unlocked. I think why it pulls into a 9 out of 10 difficulty is because of the DLC. I think that is generally the challenge, but base game, you're probably looking at maybe like a 6 or 7 out of 10 maximum, even if you're doing it solo, in my opinion. But I say great game loosely. I kind of wanted it to be Left 4 Dead 3. A boy can dream. A boy can dream with Left 4 Dead 3. It's never happening, which don't get me started on it. But it's obviously a spiritual successor. It kind of scratched an itch, but it just wasn't very good, nor did it have much replay value. We've got Battle Worlds Chronos up next, 0.80% difficulty there. Maybe some kind of like battleship starship game, I'm not too sure. We've got Bioshock 1, 2, and then Infinite as well, sort of going up with the difficulty as well, which is nice to see. I can't say that I could really ever get into the Bioshock games. When I was growing up, the first two games were out, and I don't know, they were just a bit too dark, a bit too depressing for a little kid like me to play. And I kind of preferred bright colors. As silly as that sounds, you didn't really get that during the 360 and PS3 era, but that was just a bit too like dark, and I know it's like underwater as well. And I don't know what it is in games, but I just don't really like the rain in games too much. It kind of puts me off. I know there's some great games that are in the rain, like Heavy Rain, for instance. But yeah, moving on. We've got Bleed up next as well. Another 10 out of 10. Dude, what on earth is going on here? This is absolutely insane. I have no idea what Bleed is, but I'm assuming you had to bleed a lot of times to get that platinum. Insanity. Fair play, mate. Fair play. We've got Bloodborne as well. Of course, everybody knows what Bloodborne is. It's a Souls game. People are still demanding a remaster or PS5 edition. Hopefully it happens, probably not. But 7 out of 10, 50 hours there. Bloons Tower Defense 5, 4 out of 10, but 115 hours. Buddy is committed to the grind. This is insane. 0.90% on the rarity there. We've got Bully as well, so a classic Rockstar game, one that I've not really played properly. I kind of played it at a friend's house for like maybe 10 minutes in total. It just never really appealed to me, and it's never appealed to me to go back to it because I know that it's going to feel janky. Like I don't have any nostalgia attached to it, so I just haven't played it. I'd welcome like a remaster, like remake of it, or like a Bully 2 potentially. We've got Butter and Friends Babysitter Simulator. Took an hour to do, and it's at 20%, so a chilled out game there. Pretty low percentage as well for that sort of quick completion. You've got Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. This is one that continues to elude me because I don't actually have the fire team medals, and it's like I go to set them up, and it's like it's always Americans that are doing it, and it's just not in my time zone. But I would love to get the Black Ops Cold War Platinum because it's like one of the last trophies I need, and it's just tied to that silly fire team mode that nobody plays, which sucks. But congrats on that one. 7 out of 10, 70 hours. I actually really like Cold War. I think it was a good game. I didn't really like the multiplayer, but I like the campaign and zombies. Multiplayer was okay. We've got Call of Duty World War II as well. 6 out of 10, 70 hours. I think this is one of the most hated CODs for me personally, especially getting the platinum. The zombies on it, there's so many zombies trophies that you need to do tied to Easter eggs, and it's like it's not even good zombies. It's like Sledgehammer zombies, like the developers Sledgehammer. So it's just not a fun experience. Cat Quest 2, randomly, no number 1 or 3. I mean, fair enough. It's a good, I say good game like I've played them. It's on my list, but I know that people like them quite a lot. Catherine Full Body, I believe this is quite a difficult one. 0.50%, 7 out of 10, 75 hours. Good stuff there. City Skylines as well. Awesome. Also, just to note as well, it seems that so far everything has been 100%ed with DLC. So like Crow generally is a completionist, like to the perfect perfection, which is awesome to see. We've got City Skyline that's been done twice here. I think it kind of speaks for itself. It's just like a city sim game. Obviously, you need to put a lot of hours into it, and I think for the DLC, probably even more hours, which is super cool. We've got Control again. I need to go back to get the Control Platinum myself. I don't know, I kind of played it and was like, meh, it was all right, and then I just put it down. Like, it didn't really grab me. I'm not really the biggest fan of the developers. Like, their games don't entice me fully. I feel like they make good games, but they just don't interest me enough to want to play them. But good stuff there. You've got Cryptarch. I don't know what it is. It looks kind of like a classic arcade, like shooting spaceships or something, like Space Invaders, but it's a 7 out of 10, so fairly difficult platinum there. And then you've got Dark Rose Valley again. Not too familiar with that, but it's pretty rare of a 0.80%. You've got Dark Souls Remastered, 8 out of 10. Damn, that is a difficult one. 10% as well. You've got the Darkest Dungeon, 8 out of 10, 80 hours, 2.60%. I don't know what that one is. I feel so bad when I don't know what games are and I just like glaze over them, because obviously they're difficult games, like, but I just don't know what on earth they're about. Like, honestly, this account has been stacked and we're only at D. Oh my word. We've got Days Gone. We all know my thoughts on this. I just don't really like it. If you like Days Gone, I'm happy. I really wanted to like it because I love zombies, but I just can't get into it. It just feels janky and the story just feels very poorly written. I was like, should I sit here for 40 to 60 hours and hate my life, or should I go and play something I enjoy? I picked the option, play something I enjoy. We've got Dead Nation up next as well. I remember playing this at the start of PlayStation when it came out, because there were literally no games ever. But quite a difficult one, and 0.50% rarity as well, which is pretty cool. We've got Dead Rising 2 off the record. No Dead Rising deluxe remake remaster thing. That's on my list to continue playing. Actually, I started it but just didn't really vibe with it. I like the Dead Rising series, but it just doesn't play well for me in a weird way. Like, I'm much more suited to like the way that Dead Island plays. I think maybe because it's a little bit easier, but I think they're awesome games, and like to watch people do YouTube videos on, like, I really like doing. And like Dead Rising 3, because it was on Xbox, I've just got like complete FOMO on that one. Of course, Dead Rising 2 is actually missing here. Maybe they're working on that or going to. I know there's some online trophies. I think there's online trophies in that one as well. But 5 out of 10 for both of them. 40 hours, 35 hours, 1% and 0.60. So good stuff there. We've got Death Road to Canada. I know they're Canadian, so I'm assuming this is why they've probably got this potentially. Maybe for a milestone, but I have no idea what it is. Death Road to Canada. It sounds interesting. It's very difficult, a good time sink, and quite rare, so that's pretty cool. We've got Death's Door as well. Awesome to see that one. Quite a low percentage. Deep Diving Adventures. Again, not 100% sure on that one is, but again, a very low rarity. We've got Defender's Quest Valley of the Forgotten DX. Not too sure what that is. Maybe it's kind of like a Telltale sort of story game, something like that. We've got Defense Grid 2, 3 out of 10, 25 hours, 5%. I'm assuming, again, it's like a tower defense shooter game, that one. We've got Desert Child as well. Awesome, 2.5%. Don't Starve Together. Is that a sequel? Because it wasn't like Don't Starve just a game as well. Like, again, for me, I remember seeing this at the start of when PS4 came out, and again, I played it just because there was nothing else to play. 80 hours, so quite a grind there and quite a rare platinum there. We've got Downwell. What is, I don't know what that is. It's a 9 out of 10 and 30 hours. I was thinking, are these the people that made they made another game like Undertale? I'm trying to think if this is the sequel to that, because it looks similar. I don't know. You'll have to let me know down in the comments below. But a 9 out of 10 regardless is very impressive. Don't forget as well, chat, flex some of your most proudest platinum trophies. Have you got any 10 out of 10s or 9 out of 10s? I'd love to know. Make sure you're letting me know down below. And you could subscribe if you're new around here, if you like seeing these lists being reviewed. Of course, we need more lists to review, so make sure you're getting submitting, but there's plenty on the channel already in the live tab, as well as like on the main channel, because I do some live streams of these. But Dragon Age Inquisition as well, 100 hours and 8 out of 10. Wow, I didn't realize Dragon Age was that difficult. Dragon Age is a series that I'd like to try. I've got it's like Red, it's on PS3. I don't know which one what it's called, but I've got is it Origins maybe? I've got a Dragon Age game, put it that way, that I want to try out, because I want to give the franchise like a shot and just see if I'll like it or not. But we've got Dragon Order up next as well. and 18% there. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, love this game. I thought it was fantastic. I was a little bit upset when the DLC didn't have trophies, but then I'm also glad that it didn't affect like the 100%, which is like a bit of a catch 22. Because I got it, I was like, oh, are there trophies for this? Like, I'd like to play this for the trophies because I love the game so much, and there just weren't any trophies for it, which was kind of weird. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, it perfectly just tells you the story. Like, it's a game that I've wanted for so long, and it's fantastic. We've got Dragon Quest 2 builders, awesome, 5% there. Dragon's Crown, 90 hours. Damn, son. Again, not too sure what that one is there, but 2% is awesome. Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, 1.5%, 6 out of 10, 90 hours to do. I know, like, when Dragon's Dogma 2 came out, people were, like, really hyped about it, but nobody really speaks about I'm assuming this is the first one, so fair play on getting that platinum. Awesome stuff. Dying Light as well. I love this game. I absolutely love Dying Light. I think it's such a good game, and I know people don't like the second Dying Light, and I'm sure there's their reasons, but as a casual, let's just say, I played it and I enjoyed it. I said what I said. But yeah, Dying Light, I've got the platinum for this one myself, and it's chef's kiss. It was just a fantastic game, and it's, yeah, if you've not played it, just play it. It's really good. We've got Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. I've never played any of the Dynasty Warriors games. They do look interesting, to say the least. 6 out of 10 and 50 hours, so quite a difficult one there. We've got Empire of Sin as well, 0.10% there. So that's definitely going to be even rarer for the DLC. That's definitely going to be a difficult and maybe long one to do there. We've got Enter the Gungeon as well. I've seen that on a few people's lists before. 7 out of 10, 70 hours, nice. Fade to Silence, again, 0.20%. I just want to check if this has a guide or not, because oh, okay, no, it doesn't have a guide. Because I'm like, I don't want to gloss over a game that may be like a 10 out of 10 where it's got like this not applicable stuff. Apologies, like, if that's the case. But we've got Fallen Legends, Flame of Rebellion, again, a game I've not heard of there. Fallout 4, yeah, I like this. I like Fallout. Fallout 4 was the one that I played the most. I had the older ones when I was younger, but never really played them properly. I think maybe I got one trophy, and I was just free roaming because that's what you do as a kid. Fallout Shelter, I tried to get that platinum, but a couple of the trophies bugged for me, so I just left it with two trophies left. So frustrating. Continues to elude me, but good stuff on those Fallout platinums there. Far Cry 5, interesting. I think potentially Crow may be getting like a platinum from like a franchise at least, or like, because there's like, I can see a Final Fantasy a little bit further down. But I've got I say all of the main line, like Far Cry 3, 4, 5, and 6. I've got those platinums, and yeah, Far Cry 5 is a good one, to be fair. 25 hours is pretty short as well. I didn't realize it was that short. I think it's Far Cry 6 that's quite the long one. Farming Simulator 19 and 22. Nice. Obviously pretty simple games, like low difficulties, but quite the grind, you could say, as well. I've never played Farming Sim, I don't think. I don't think I'd be very good at it, but congrats on those. The OG Final Fantasy 7 as well, awesome stuff there. 3 out of 10, 40 hours, fantastic. This is probably one of the big hitters on the account here. I know we've seen a couple of 10 out of 10 games, but Fortnite, 3 out of 10 difficulty and 999 hours. I'm pretty sure it could be more than that as well, because I think they're RNG trophies, but yeah, looking at 0.10% rarity there. Took 6 months to get that platinum, 6 months and 3 weeks of probably just grinding the same mission or whatever you have to do to get the Fortnite platinum. I know a lot of people in my community have the Fortnite platinum, and it just sounds like a lot of suffering. So Crow, I hope you're okay. I know you did it in 2020, but I hope you're okay. Up next, we've got another grind, Frostpunk, 9 out of 10 difficulty and 100 hours. Oh my, I don't even know what Frostpunk is. I think I owe it to myself to just have a little Google what on earth this game is. It's a cross between a city builder and a survival game. Construct your city, keep your people happy, and maintain your balance as you work towards the platinum. Okay, that sounds so kind of like the, what is it, City Skylines kind of vibes, and maybe like cyberpunky vibes mixed in. That sounds kind of cool. 0.10% there. Gauntlet as well. Is that like an online game? It sounds like it'd be like a League of Legends clone. 6 out of 10, 50 hours there. God Eater Resurrection, 6 out of 10, 80 hours. Oh my word. Also, Gauntlet was a 0.30% rarity there, chat, which is insane. Gods Will Fall, 0.70%. Greedfall, 3 out of 10, 0.20. Green Hell, 0.20%. Again, I'm just going through, like, I don't know what these games are, unfortunately. Green Hell looks pretty cool, though. That artwork looks awesome. Hand of Fate, again, not too familiar with that. Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life, Light of Hope, Mad Dash, One World, Save the Homeland, and The Winds of Anthos. I've heard of Harvest Moon, but I'm not really too sure what it is. It looks like it could be an MMO or something. Like 100 hours there, 60 hours there. So I'm assuming it's quite a reasonable sort of grind to do, and they're quite rare platinums to have as well. So fair play on those. You've got the Hollow Knight platinum as well, good stuff. Hotline Miami as well, awesome. Never like appealed to me, but I can. Yeah, it's like never appealed to me, but I can appreciate like a good game, even though it's not for me, sort of thing. I Am Hero as well. I feel like I must have seen that at some point, but good stuff there. Ice Station Z, 1.20%. Again, that artwork doesn't really tell you much about that one there. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, 2 out of 10, but 200 hours. Is that a card game maybe? I don't know. I can tell that Crow just loves grinding out games. This is absolutely insanity. Oh my word. Invisible Ink as well, 0.10%. It wouldn't surprise me if these two here were like hundreds of hours as well. Jurassic World Evolution 2, again 0.10% rarity, insane. Judge, 6 out of 10, 20 hours. Is that like Judge Dredd or something? I don't know what that is. That looks kind of cyberpunky maybe. Kingdom Come Deliverance #1, 5 out of 10, 100 hours, 0.20%. This is like a game that I would actually kind of love to trial, but maybe not play the full thing. Because like when Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out, I was seeing so many cool things about it, and I was just like, I just don't know if I could A have the time to play this, and B like remember everything. But it again, it looks very cool, and I guess if you've got the time to dedicate to it, like you're gonna have so much fun with it. Oh, look at this. Kingdom Hearts. Uh, Hang on a minute. What? Kingdom Hearts, 6 out of 10, 130 hours. That is that what? Is that for all of the games, or is it just one of the games? No, no shot. Is it really that long? What on earth? Why does it take 130 hours? This trophy code for Kingdom Hearts, which may take 130 hours or more to complete, it requires at least 3 playthroughs. There's many collectibles on side that aren't. What? I had no idea that Kingdom Hearts was that big of a grind. Oh my word! I thought like I knew it was like kind of difficult, but I just thought it'd maybe be like I don't know, like 40 to 50 hours. 130. That's generally shocked me, and it's the same for Rechain of Memories. There, fair play, fair play. I guess it must be the same for Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3. Maybe they're just insane grinds as well that they've not got to yet. But we've got Kingdom New Lands. Unsure, unsure what that one is. Lords of the Fallen, seen that one a few times, a good rarity there. Same with Lost at Sea there, 0.50%. We've got Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time, 4 out of 10, 10 hours, 0.50. That sounds kind of interesting. It sounds like very reasonable to do for an ultra rare platinum. Moonlighter as well, 6 out of 10, 0.50%, nice. Mutant Year Zero, Road to Eden. 1.80%, 6 out of 10. I have a feeling that Crow quite likes their like space, sci-fi, cyberpunk stuff as well, which is really cool. It seems to be potentially a theme just by looking at some of these games. But we've got Near Replicant version 1.224744871139 dot dot. Does that go on? 8713. No, no, that's it. It's just the dot dots is in its name. I've never played a Nier game. I want to. I know that one of the games you can buy trophies like in game of currency, which is an interesting concept. But yeah, never actually played one, but it's something on my list to like try and see if I like it. We've got Niflheim up next. Is this like a Lord of the Rings game, or is this tied to Lord of the Rings? Maybe, unsure. Omega Quintet. 4 out of 10, 100 hours, 0.60%. Oh my word. Damn. One more dungeon, 6 out of 10, 7 hours, 0.70% again. Damn. Honestly, this is insane. This is honestly insane. There's just no breaks with like the difficulties are just crazy. Outlast 2, 8 out of 10, 25 hours, 0.10%. You're one of the craziest people on this planet to actually go for the Outlast 2 platinum because it's just widely hated by everybody with like how bad it is. And there's you need to complete the game right on like the hardest difficulty, like probably without dying or saving, and do it like with one like battery, so you're basically in the dark, like whatever that trophy is, like fair enough. Don't know how it's not a 10 out of 10, but I think once you probably memorize things, it's not too bad. I say that loosely. Phantom Doctrine, again, unfortunately, I don't know what that is, nor do I know what Pixel Heroes is, but they're both quite rare games and some good time sinks in those as well. Planet Coaster, I'm assuming this is very similar to like the City Skylines kind of stuff, 0.20% there. We've got Pry. I have to apologize. There's so many games on this that I'm just not aware of, but it's cool to see, and it's like really refreshing to see games that you don't see every single week. Like this is really cool, and hopefully people are seeing this and be like, "Oh my god, I love this game. I've got that platinum. I've played it." Like, which is really cool. It's like Quest of Dungeons as well. Sounds like a cool game. In fairness, I'm just not aware of what it is. Rainbow Moon as well. Kind of rings a bell. 5% there. Record of the Argrest War. I was literally about to say that sounds like a PS3 game, and Rainbow Moon also seems like it could be a PS3 game there. Remnant from the Ashes, I've heard of that one, thankfully. Don't know what it is though, because I've not played of it. 2.60%. Oh, we got a Resident Evil fan in the house as well. Resident Evil 1, 0, 2 Remake, 7 Biohazard, and then Revelations 1 and 2, and then also Village. Very good choices, I would say, for Resident Evil games. I think probably the one missing off there would be Resident Evil 4, is like everyone's love. I'm trying to think what I've got: Resident Evil 2, 3, and 5. I need to clean up 7, 8, or Village, whatever you want to say. That really annoys me that Resident Evil Village is like it doesn't have the 8 in it. That it really frustrates me when 7 does, and that like the new Resident Evil's 9. Like why? But yeah, I need to clean up 4 as well, which will be fun to do. I'm probably going to work on that soon on the channel. We've got Renaissance of Fates there. Let me get that to that eventually. 2.20%. Marco Reus. Joking, it's Royce. I know there's a footballer, an absolute legend of a footballer. He used to play for Dortmund. 0.20% there, so I can only assume that's a difficult game. Same with Rive there, 0.60%. Rogue Legacy 1 and 2. Pretty rare. Again, it could be like a pixel kind of game, maybe a JRPG or something like that, or like a tower defense, maybe a tower defense game, but like JRPG in a way. We've got Rune Factory 4 Special, 0.60%. Rusty Sprout Rescue Adventure. That's a it's just Rusty Sprout is the thing that's killing me there. Sidmouth Civilization, is that 7? 0.20%. That's got to be at least another 100 to 200 hours to put into that. I used to like playing that on the PC. I'm trying to think which one I played. It was probably 5 or 6. Potentially, I don't think it would have been 4, but yeah, I remember playing one of these on my sort of old laptop or my uncle's PC, one of the two. But yeah, I was never really any good at it, but it was quite fun to play. It's one of those games that I just think it plays better on PC with mouse and keyboard, opposed to a controller. I've never played it on a console, but I just don't think I could wrap my head around playing a game like that on a console. It just seems alien, but I don't know, maybe it works. Slay the Spire as well, awesome, 0.80% there. South Park: The Stick of Truth, fantastic little game. I would say go for the Fractured Butthole as well. Both of the South Park games are like just so good, easy to platinum, but they're so different as well. Obviously, like South Park Snow Day is a bit of a write-off. That's just a meh game. It's not bad, but it's not worth the money. It's worth like £5. We've got Space Overlords as well, 0.5%, awesome. SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. I should really get a SpongeBob platinum at some point. Yeah, I should get one because it's like childhood memories and stuff, but good to see that one. Star Ocean: The Last Hope as well, awesome. I've never really played a Star Ocean game. I've seen my uncle play them a lot when I was younger. I remember there was like a guy with blue hair and a girl with pink hair, maybe. I don't know if it's Last Hope. It could well be. I'm not too sure. It was like on PS2, but again, I'm aware of the franchise. Lots of grinding and quite difficult. Stardew Valley as well up next, 1%, awesome. Steam Tactics, again, I'm going to assume that's like a tactical game. It's in the name. Stranded Deep as well, platinum in 1 week and 3 days, potentially done legit. I know that I joined a random person's game and got the platinum trophy, so I'll hold my hands up for that one. That was a bit of an exploit, but yeah, it seems like that's been knocked out legit. which is awesome. Team Sonic Racing as well, 0.10%. Yeah, that's a difficult one. Nice. The Banner Saga 1, 2, and 3. I'm so sorry, I don't know what that is. It looks kind of Viking, maybe Norse kind of vibes. I'm not too sure what that is, unfortunately. I'm assuming maybe another tactical game potentially, which could be cool. We've got the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Oh my word, this is like a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, isn't it? It's again, it's another extremely difficult game. Fair enough on that one. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Yeah, I love this game. Again, it's I went back like last year actually, and I just thought, right, I'm gonna clean up the game and get the platinum. And I ended up putting like another 40 to 50 hours just sort of replaying things. It was such a blast. I need to get to the Oblivion remake at some point. I just know that I'll put so much time into it and just not make any content. But we've got the Escapist as well, 0.50%. Lovely stuff. The Evil Within 1 and also 2. Yeah, I've not played the first one. I've played a little bit of the second one though. But yeah, again, if you're looking for a challenge, the Akumu mode on it is super difficult. So yeah, congrats on getting those. If you're watching still, don't forget to drop a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Really, really, really does help me out. Thank you very much. We've got the Flame in the Flood as well. It's another difficult rarity there, but I'm not too sure what it is. And it's the same with the Forest as well. I actually saw this on sale and I was like, do I pick it up? Do I not? And I don't. If this is the game I'm thinking of, I don't think it's like too bad for a guide, right? Yeah, look, 2 out of 10, 2 playthroughs. It's just 55 hours, which is like obviously quite a big grind there. But again, if you're playing online with friends, it could be quite fun, 0.30% as well. So it could be an interesting one to get the platinum in. The Long Dark as well, 0.10%. Damn, that's a super rare game, and it has DLC. We've got The Sims 4 up next as well, 0.20%. Good stuff there. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what The Sims is. Quite a grindy platinum to get, I would say, much like the entire list. To be fair, lots of hours have been poured into this account, which is amazing. And then we've got The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt as well, complete edition. Again, this is another game, like, I think for me, Cyberpunk and also The Witcher are 2 games that maybe not right now, because there's like, I want to play Death Stranding 2, I want to play Oblivion, like there's new games I want to play and I don't want to go back to older games until like I've played everything new, if that makes sense. But like The Witcher 3 is definitely one on my list to replay. I don't think I'd go for the platinum, but I just kind of want to replay it because it was a really good game from when I played it years ago. We've got They Are Billions up next. Maybe that's like a tower defense zombie game. That looks like a little Pepperami man there. I don't know if you can see that, but if you zoom in on your screen, if you're on a mobile or device, you can see that little fella there. I don't know what that is, but maybe another tower defense game. 0.9%, pretty rare. Thief as well, 0.40%. I actually really like this game. I remember playing it. I like saved up my pocket money. I got it, and then I beat it like extremely quickly. And then I think I sold it on eBay for a little, not a profit, but like I made a decent amount of money back because it was still like fairly new. But yeah, I remember playing it. It was quite a fun game. I don't think Thief fans were too happy with it. I'm not really too involved with Thief, but yeah, I enjoyed it as a kid playing it. It was pretty fun. The War of Mine Final Cuts. The War of Mine, the little ones. I don't know what they are. I'm assuming it's a wartime game, whether it's a strategy game, maybe not, but it sounds cool. Through the Darkest of Times, that sounds like that would be a difficult game. If I had to guess, maybe an 8 out of 10, 0.60%. Should we see? Should we see what the difficulty for that is? Should we see if we were right? Trophy guide. Oh, a 2 out of 10. 8 playthroughs though, and 40 hours to complete there. What did I say? 6 or 8? I don't know. We've got Thymesa as well. I think this is like a Souls-like game. It can be kind of difficult, but one of the easier ones to get, and it's ultra rare. Tiny Metal as well. Nice. Titanfall 2. Awesome. I can't do the Gauntlet. And I always say this whenever this comes up. I get motion sickness when doing that Gauntlet level. So it's like I can't practice on the level because I start feeling sick and I get a headache. So yeah, I'm just like, I just can't get it. Like, if somebody wants to share play the trophy for me, by all means, you can do it. But like, Titanfall's a great game, and it's one that I'd love to have the platinum for, but it just continues to elude me, that darn Gauntlet. And I've done like all of the Call of Duty like similar Gauntlet like speedrun training course things, and it's like I should be able to do that, but I just can't. But we've got Torment Tides of Numenera. 0.30%, not too sure what that one is, but a round of applause. Townsmen, A Kingdom Rebuilt, 0.40%. Again, probably like a building game or something. Vampire Survivors as well, nice, 23% there in the rarity. Vanquish, again, 1%, nice. Void Bastards, I've seen this game in CEX, and I was like, what on earth is this game? And I'm pretty sure Bomb Chop, shout out to Bomb Chop, by the way, he does exactly the same videos as well, so go check him out if you're looking for another great man reviewing people's lists. But I'm pretty sure he picked this up in like one of his, like, he does like haul videos as well where he like buys a bunch of games. I feel like I may have seen that on one of his like videos months ago, but I've definitely seen it myself in person. It's got like a very funky box art, but it seems like quite a difficult and grindy platinum to get, like maybe like a 6 out of 10 you could say, which is far too much effort for me sometimes. And we've got War Groove up next. I'm curious now, is it a 6 out of 10? Is it a 6? Oh, it doesn't even have a guide. There we go. That's how good it is. Maybe that's what put me off. Wargrove up next there, 1% there. Not too sure what that one is. It looks like a did anyone play, was it Adventure Quest, like on a PC? It was like a web game. That gives me that kind of vibes. But we've got Warsaw. I don't know what that is. Unfortunately, the artwork looks very not appealing, but it's pretty rare. Okay, now we're talking. We've got Wolfenstein 2, Wolfenstein: The New Order, Old Blood, and then Young Blood. I'm playing Young Blood at the minute as part of the Trophy Hoarders podcast. It was recommended for our game of like the fortnight. It's arse. This game is so bad. Like, I can't believe it's one of the rare. I mean, I can believe why it's one of the rarest because it just sucks. But we've played a little bit of it, me and Castromo, and we were just like, what? Like, the characters are not likable. It's just like, it feels like an MMO game, but just not optimized to be an MMO. It's so weird. I can't say I'm the biggest fan of the Wolfenstein. I think, is it New Order that's the first one? I've played that and I was like, just to see what it's about. And yeah, I played it. I was like, fair enough. But Wolfenstein 2, doing Mein Leben, like, round of applause. That's a 10 out of 10, isn't it? That's another 10 out of 10 platinum on for this list, which is absolutely insane. Yeah, 10 out of 10 two playthroughs, 50 hours. Fair play, mate. Absolutely fair play for doing Mein Leben on that one. We've got World of Van Helsing Death Trap, vampire game, I'm assuming to some extent, not too sure what goes into that. You've got Xmorph Defense, 0.70% there. Again, another defense game. XCOM 2 and XCOM Enemy Within. Oh my word. I don't know. I can't speak for the difficulty on the first XCOM. I'm assuming that is the first one, yeah. Probably a bit easier than XCOM 2, but I know XCOM 2's platinum. Is it a 9 out of 10? Or it could well be a 10 out of 10. Because it's like, is it a 9 out of 10? Yeah, 100 hours. It's like, is it Iron Man or something? One of the like really difficult trophies? Or is it like Iron Man modes that you need to, like, I don't know what it is. You basically just need to complete the game with insane conditions, and fair enough. I would give it a 10 out of 10 personally, but yeah, you know, the guy's giving it a 9. Yakuza Kiwami, nice, 0.50% there. Yet another Zombie Defense HD, 1.50%. This is one on my list to maybe get one day. Zombie, the famous Wii U game that finally came over to consoles. Enjoyable zombie game, but it's quite a difficult one to get the platinum, as you can see by the rarity there. And then to wrap up, we've got Zombie Army 4 Dead War with 0.50%. Again, I think that one's quite a grindy platinum and also semi-difficult. But wow, this has been a mixed bag, like in a very good way, like quite diverse portfolio of platinums. This has been amazing. So Crow has been trophy hunting for 7 years now. The first trophy was in Dragon's Crown, but their first platinum trophy 7 years ago was Dead Rising. The 10th platinum was Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. 20th platinum was Catherine Full Body. The 30th platinum was Battle World Chronos. 40th platinum Fallen Legion Flames of Rebellion. 50th platinum Void Bastards, nice. 75th platinum Bioshock 2. The 100th platinum was The Sims 4. The fastest platinum and also the 125th platinum was Butter and Friends Babysitter Sim. The 150 platinum was Tonic. Team Sonic Racing, and then the latest platinum 2 days ago was Judge. And then just taking a look at the rarest trophies here, so they've got 1049 ultra rare. As you can imagine, Fortnite is where their rarest trophies sit there, especially with the Fortnite platinum. And then just taking a look at their trophy cabinet, they've got 10 Second Ninja, XCOM 2. Oh, is it Valhalla? I think this is the difficult yeah, beat the game in Commander plus difficulty in Iron Man mode. Yeah, so that's just an insane, like, yeah, insane. Frostpunk, Atari Flashback, again, that was a 10 out of 10. Mein Leben, I've got projects to manage in my other projects. That's an interesting, oh, that's an interesting trophy title. Canada champ, obviously they're from Canada, so I have to get that into the trophy cabinet. The Binding of Isaac, I'm assuming that's just a very difficult trophy there. The Long Dark as well. And then Surprised Face with Invisible Ink. For a minute, I thought that was Jimmy Savile in that artwork, but it's clearly not. So yeah, these are let's pull up the stats as well, because I know some people like seeing the stats. So a lot of the games are on PS4. There were 2 that were on PS3. And yeah, I'm just scrolling down. So they seem to be quite an evening gamer from the side of things, late night, early evening. Do a lot of their gaming on the weekends, it seems. And then yeah, I'm not really monthly activity. Here you go. And then yeah, you can see all this stuff with all these ranks here. If you want to pause it, you're more than welcome to. But ultra rare and very rare take up a good portion of the trophies as well, which is awesome to see. But what I'm curious to know is what games, obviously there's going to be, so I don't do the 100%, so there's obviously like a lot of 100% here, like Vampire Set Survivors 2, that kill all zombies, like here for instance, that don't count in the completed games. But I'm just curious to see like what game haven't they actually no, it'll be percent, wouldn't that? Is that gonna reveal itself? Oh, here we go. So the 2 games that they've not 100% then is Nuclear Throne. Let's take a little look at that. And then the Hong Kong Massacre. That sounds quite interesting. So when did they play those? So one of them they've been playing in May, and then the other one they played today in July. So this one's got a trophy guide. 8 out of 10, 50 playthroughs, 200 hours for Nuclear Throne. That rings a bell, actually. And then what else are they doing? They're doing this Hong Kong 7 out of 10, 1 playthrough, 24 hours. Okay, so it's fair to say that Crow is working on, again, 2 very, very difficult games there as well. Nice to see the first Outlast as well on the list there. But wowee, that has been Vigilant Crow's Platinum Trophy list. 167 awesome Platinum Trophies, 183 games played in total with 181 completed, and I'm sure that they will get their completion rate back up to 100 because they're actively working on those 2 games I just showed you. But honestly, that was insane, the amount of 10 out of 10 games in that, and I probably like skimmed over a few that maybe didn't pop up with like the guide stuff as well. But yeah, make sure to drop a W. If you're a member of the channel, use your Drake emojis, show support for Crow in the comments, because this has been absolutely crazy. Honestly, like absolutely crazy. Thank you for letting me review your list. Of course, you can comment your PlayStation profiles, or you can join the Discord, and then I can put it into the order. All right, everybody, that has been today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this amazing list. Of course, don't forget to get your list submitted to me. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a like. It really does help me out. And yeah, tell me some of your hardest Platinum trophies. I'm very intrigued to know, because my list, as we saw last week, doesn't hold up to this one bit. So yeah, make sure to let me know your hardest Platinum trophies, and I will see you all on the next one. Stay safe. Bye bye.